Hey guys, my name is Fabe and welcome to episode 150 of the Dinosaur Mine. May I introduce Jerry the Second. I want to replace our good old barkeeper or fish house counter keeper, whatever. Oh my god, we're gonna have a problem here. For the world download. And I streamed, so you're gonna see some new things here. Please, sir, can you leave this guy alone? I would really appreciate that. Come on, I'm gonna all the way to the left. Yeah, that works. Awesome. Let's get him in here. I was gonna get a bouncer that defends our new Jerry here. That's why this golem is standing right there in his uniform. Let's close this off. Oh no, no, that didn't quite work out like I had planned. Can I? Come on in. Yes, that's how it works. Alright, I got a present for you. Boop. And a boop. And you shall officially be named Jerry the Second if you don't despawn in time. I'm gonna wait here. I'm gonna watch you until you turn. And here he is. Jerry the Second. Can I free him? I should be able to free him from the outside, actually. And I hope he's safe now. There's still the danger of baby zombies jumping over and grabbing a hold of him, but we have him back at least for the world download, which is what I wanted initially. And we have Tom still there waiting patiently, and we're also gonna release we never named this guy on stream. I just thinking about it. So someone on the stream suggested we should have an iron golem bouncer who protects our villager Jerry from baby zombies and all other kinds of admirers that might come in here. The thing is, it's hard to keep that guy in a house when the doors are so big. So what I did is I lowered the door frames a bit. I'm probably gonna put windows up there. It doesn't look as epic anymore, but our iron golem is 3 high, so he can't get out of there. Another option would have been to have an arch like that. Of course not made out of sandstone, but instead made out of the same carpenter's blocks I used for the other side. But if I would do an arch like that, I couldn't put windows above. So I will probably just stick to this and have it filled with these guys. Then I can get rid of them above. And then he can't, I don't think he can even get out if it's like that. He is like too wide, so he can't go through a diagonal 1 wide block. But guys, I'm distracted already again. Do you notice? I did a bunch of work. However, today's episode 150, which means you will find a world download down in the description below. And this also means that I think it is time to give you guys another world tour, right? Isn't that right? So when you log into the world, you will most likely spawn at the official world spawn. What do you trade, by the way, Jerry? Ooh, glass. That's nice. You will spawn at the official world spawn. So I am going to give you the coordinates of the laboratory. So you can just follow the coordinates and find it. And I'm gonna go into some more details of other news of this world later on. But I think let's try and see if we can come up with the chronological order in what we build things. So this is the big lab complex, the one we built at the very first, yeah, this is the very first building, I would say, we built here. We had a smaller base underground that we're gonna check out soon too. But if you are in the world and you just spawned in, you wanna check out these coordinates. 767 and minus 630. Is where you want to be to find everything. And also, as always, all the mods you need to play this world are listed in the description. So the fossils and the archaeology revival mod, everything is in 1.7.10. Then we have the carpenter's block mod, 1.7.10, and we have the chisel 2 mod for 1.7.10. Of course you need forge, but I'm not going to explain how to install forge. You can do that just by googling or YouTube searching. There are hundreds of tutorials that will exactly explain to you how you install mods, and then you can roam around in this world just like I do every time I record a video here. But if you guys remember, way back when, in episode... Was it episode 1? I think it was even episode 2 when we reached this place here. I don't think we reached it in episode 1. But the first thing we did, we found a little cave and we made it our home. This cave here, along this river line. And we haven't been here in a while, but we had a little wheat farm here. We had a little bit of a cow farm in here. We had some reeds. We have our nether portal still here. A water sewers, a bed, some chests, and I think we had a mine shaft down there. And my branch mines are still right down there. So in case you want to see where I do most of my branch mining, it's all down there. And this was our first little base. Very humble beginnings, as usual, when you start playing Minecraft. But soon after, we started to move over and... moved up here. This wheat farm and this cow farm came much later. I didn't build that right away. The first thing I really built was this island and this laboratory. So I actually made this canal here by hand. The river wasn't going through here. The river was going all the way around and then coming back round. But I wanted to have an island where I built my laboratory on. So in an emergency, I can blow up the bridges and be safe on my little island in the middle of the river. How did this cow get up there? Is it one of my milk cows? I don't know what it is. So let's check out the laboratory, shall we? We have a couple of farms in the basement. Just some standard stuff. Potatoes, melons, cactus, and sugarcane. And I use that very, very rarely only. I mean, it looks nice down here, but the only thing I could really use is potatoes for food. And I use melons sometimes to feed the gallimimus. That's when I come down here, but I don't really use cactus or sugarcane for anything. If we move up here, we are in the main area of the lab, where we have our cultivators. Man, I should remember to replace this guy before I make a backup for the world download. So you have all 4 culture vats going, where we have a mammoth embryo. So I'm gonna leave that here for you guys, for a certain reason that I'm gonna explain a little later. So there's one mammoth embryo right here. And this is gonna be part of a task I'm gonna have for you when you download this world. So this cow is still here. Are you still here? Yep. Definitely not one of these cows that are strolling around outside. We have, of course, our massive analyzer. You put in your fossils up here, and they get evenly distributed along these analyzers. At least that's how it used to work. I haven't tested it in a while. It might be broken now in the latest version. We have our DNA freezer with all the DNA that we own, and even another mammoth embryo. So if you need backup, I have another one right here. And we have our incubator, where I store my unhatched dinosaur eggs. And they are, of course, warmed by these lamps here. And I think we have some extra storage over here, where the items come up that are getting sorted out. And also a ton of eggs that are still lying around that I didn't have a proper storage for. We have a little bit of a kitchen with a coffee machine, or what's supposed to be a coffee machine, a little laptop, and a sink. Not really that fancy. We might be able to make some improvements concerning this kitchen in the future. Then we have a little open air transit into my storage room. At the time, I was really proud. You know what? Let's get rid of these vines. I only put them here to actually farm them a little bit. But they don't belong here and they mess it up, so I don't want to have them here in the world download. Yeah, this is a storage room, little waterfall in the center, all the chests around, a little bit of greenery, some instant furnaces whenever I need them. I use them quite often still. And of course, this is also our staircase to the upper level. The doors are closed, so you can take a look at these doors too now that you're in here. We have our armor equipper that I haven't used in ages. So this thing was supposed to... Okay, let me backtrack a little bit. My bad, where my spawn point used to be right here. And I wanted to have an armor equipper just in case I die and I needed to get back to my stuff really fast. I just walk in here and bam. It still puts it on my legs, doesn't it? That's so funny. It's supposed to put it on here. But this armor equipper was supposed to put the stuff directly on me so I don't have to worry about armor or anything. And I can run right outside and get my stuff back. This is still our enchantment area. Also meant to be temporary. I might build another extra building for that sometime in the future. Alright, and this is the upper story of our lab. I already noticed that this tour is gonna take some time, isn't it? This world is getting bigger and bigger, and I try to show everything off every single time I give a tour. So this might be an extra long video. We have our aquarium here with, what is that? Light blue stained glass. And all these Nautilus and coelacanth are actually named in there. Let's see. I know that one of them is called Sheldon. Can you show me your name, please? Oh, Lord Helix. That is Lord Helix, of course. Let's sleep. You know what? Let's not sleep. Let's sleep when we get out of here, so we have more of the daytime to explore. And they all have name. I think one of them is coelacanth. Relicanth is one of the fish, too. And yeah, as I mentioned, we have a Nautilus called Sheldon. I don't remember all their names, to be quite honest. Oh, one was something with fish. Ah, I can't remember. Wow, it's been so long since I checked on those guys. Oh, Skyfish Bob. That's right. Skyfish Bob is one of them. Nice little reference to Time Shot. We have 2 skeletons here. The only 2 skeletons of dinosaurs I have in the park for now. I'm gonna add a lot more once we start working on the museum. And the museum is gonna be probably my next epic scale build on here. So I have some plans for that. But yeah, that's our upper story. There is a roof to it. There was a staircase you saw there, but there's nothing up there. So let's sleep the night away. And then we're gonna move on. So now it's getting difficult. What was the first enclosure I built? I'm pretty sure it was the Dilophosaurus enclosure, this one here. And we had quite a bit of trouble with those Dilophosaurus in the beginning. They just kept dying, they kept drowning, they kept vanishing. But I think by now we are fairly used to things like that happening in this world. Lots of things keep vanishing, and we have to redo a lot of that stuff. So how many do we have in here? 3, as it looks like. 2 of them are twins. Oh no, there's a 3rd one down there. 4th one, actually. So we got 4 Dilophosaurus in here. 2 of them are twins, and they are called Dusk and Dawn. And then we have 2 more of their children that I actually didn't place in there. They just laid eggs and hatched by themselves. So they didn't even tame them. But you have 4 of them here. We have a chicken dispenser in the wall that should provide those guys with enough food. Every now and then I have to check on them manually and give them some extra food, just to make sure they don't starve to death. But I'm pretty sure that was the first enclosure we did. And the next one was right on the other side of the park. And now things are starting to really get a little bit fuzzy time-wise in my head. For example, I don't remember if we built a Pachycephalosaurus enclosure first or if we built Bob's enclosure first. I want to say we went right to the water and built Bob's enclosure first. Fun fact, initially when I built this one, this was the first one I built. And Bob was actually living in this enclosure here until I built the second one, and then I transferred him over to this one. Because when I started playing this mod, plesiosaurs were still able to hop on land and walk around a little bit. And I thought, here's a nice beach. I think Bob will have way more fun on this side of the enclosure because he can even leave the water for a while and jump back in whenever he wants. And then we got our mosasaur here. I think our first mosasaur was actually Hank. And then we got Frank. And then we got some more that weren't actually named. Where did he go? Oh, he's down there. So yeah, we had quite a bit of trouble with mosasaurs too. And then we already built the PMLOC, the Prehistoric Marine Life Observation Center. One of your guys actually came up with that name, and I still love it to bits. We have our little viewing area downstairs that you've probably seen before, if you've been around for a while. And of course, my totally not cleaned up AFK fishing farm. Man, this thing is a mess. I always wanted to make it look a little more pretty. I never really got around to do that. I'm sorry for that. But it's really just a thing that I like to use. And I'm not that often down here anyways. But there's Bob swimming around, being happy. And, ooh, there are leaves despawning here, it looks like. And there's, not Hank. I wanted to call him Hank, but he's actually not called Hank. He doesn't have a name yet. So we need to take care of that soon, too. He actually has a feeder down there because I thought for a time when we kept having vanishing mosasaurs that they were just starving. So I put in a feeder. I don't actually know if they ever took anything from it. I built this little thing so I can check the feeder. Can I? I thought I could reach it from here. Oh, there we go. No, we didn't take anything from the feeder. This is also quite temporary, just to access the feeder without entering the water and getting eaten all the time. I'm not going to go on top of the PMLOC, but I recommend that you guys check it out if you are on the world download, because you have a beautiful view from up there, right on the visitor center. So on the right here, we actually have our Velociraptor enclosure with only one raptor at the moment, and I built that quite late. So we definitely built a Pachycephalosaurus enclosure a lot earlier, and Amber is probably our second oldest dinosaur after Bob. Is it you, Amber? Amber, is it you? I don't think it's Amber here. Oh, no, it's Spot. Spot is a little bit younger Pachycephalosaur, but Amber should be somewhere in there. And they feed off the ferns that are growing in the back corner there. So they are self-sufficient. And I think that has been the chronological order so far. I don't know what I've built next, but I think next thing we built was actually the Smilodon enclosure here. I think we built that before we started with the visitor center, because I remember this being the first thing I built in episode 51 when we got the Carpenter's block mod. I think this tunnel was my first testing around and checking out the new Carpenter's blocks, and yeah, success or no. Afterwards, we built a Smilodon enclosure around here. So that's nice. These cats are still sitting there. I wanted to have them roaming around. Still didn't get around to do that actually. We also built a little bit of a dodo enclosure. They all get stuck in this corner there, unfortunately. They have a really, really ugly little hut here. Man, the thing is so horrendous. I just started to get used to these Carpenter's blocks, and yeah, I didn't know how to use them back then. And everything back here was a lot later. I want to say even after the visitor center. Let's check out the visitor center. It is still pretty bare bone, but I still like it a lot. It is a beautiful centerpiece for this park. It's made out of quartz, and it took me ages to gather all this quartz, and it took me also ages to gather all this hay on top of there for the roof. But of course, as you might have guessed, this is loosely based on the original Jurassic Park movie visitor center. At least the entrance. Of course, the interior. We have the T-Rex, but that's pretty much the only thing they have in common. Did he get bigger? Or is that just me? I think he moved a bit. I'm pretty sure he was centered on this platform. I don't know how he moved. I thought, can I do something like... I thought I could like click him. Oop. Oh no! Well, another thing on my list that I have to fix before... That's not a T-Rex, that's a nude model. Another thing I need to fix before I can give you guys the world download. This is not a T-Rex, is it? T-Rex doesn't have these horns. That must be an Allosaur. That's the T-Rex. Alright, so I gotta fix this model because we don't want to have a small, we want to have a big T-Rex later. I do have some bones on me, however. Ooh. No. That cannot be it. You're supposed... Oh, there we go. I don't know where this hitbox is, to be honest. Oh, it's right there. Okay, can I? Yeah, I can notch him around a little bit, as you can see. And I think, can I? Oh, I can rotate him too. So that's what I have to do. And I don't know why I still keep doing that on camera. Come on. There we go. Yeah, that's pretty good, actually. I think he still needs to be a little bit bigger, but I'm going to worry about that later. Yeah, we don't really have an interior in this visitor center yet. We have our two helipads on either side, But that is about it. You can't really get up there. There is a staircase to get to these balconies, but you can't really get up in these towers or anything like that. However, we have a nice little balcony back in the back to observe our Gallimimuses here in this really big enclosure. It's probably the biggest enclosure I have to date, because Gallimimus are obviously running around a lot, right? And trying to escape a lot. So I think that's why I made this enclosure the biggest one I have for now. And there are at least 4 Gallimimuses in there, so that's a lot. Although I also had like 4 Dilophosaurs in their enclosure. Okay, where should we go next? We pretty much covered everything around the PMLOC. You know what I haven't done in a while? Updated this map. And I really love these maps because they really show you how much progress you've made throughout time. So I think I updated already this side. Let's update the bottom right one because there's a lot of stuff happening here. We have the whole E-stock is not here yet. We have the Fabe fried fish here. The whole Mammoth enclosure is not here yet. So this should be interesting. Bam! Ooh, it's updating. Is that the E-stock? Yeah, it is. I need to get closer. That's it. Oh, it's slowly updating. Look at that. Wow. Yep, those are the warehouses. Isn't that cool? There's the dock coming out. Oh man, I love this. There's the street coming and slowly but surely Fabe's fried fish should load in. You can't even see the crane on there. That's awesome. There it comes. There's Fabe's fried fish and the Mammoth enclosure loading in. Oh, that's amazing. I love that so much when the map updates like that. If you have done a lot. The bridge on the bottom left over the river also just updated. That is so cool. I love it. There's still, of course, more work needed. Maybe I should even come up with a bigger map at some point. Probably not in front of the visitor center because it's already covering up the view quite a bit. But maybe I'm gonna build one really big map in the museum once I build that. That might be cool. Alright, let's put it back where it belongs. Yes! That is a lot of progress we've made in the last couple of episodes. Awesome. Okay, you know what? Let's go around this side, shall we? Yeah, let's go around this side. Why not? We don't go around this side a lot. And I'm really happy that I lit up all these pathways here. Otherwise, we might be in quite a bit of trouble over here. But yeah, once again, nice view of the Gallimimus enclosure from this side. Probably my most intricate fence design too, because I had to put carpenter's blocks here. Then I had to use iron bars. And then I had to use, like, I think I used gray dye to actually... Come on, get out of here. To actually dye this fence black. On this side here, we have our Deinonychus enclosure. But this is also more recent. I think before that, the first thing we've built here, after this desert avenue, was this Dinosaur mine sign and the smeltery that we have going on here. We have just a giant smelter if I have to smelt big amounts of stuff. We added the fans and we have a lava pool for heat supplies. That's our injection furnace. Lava gets injected right into the furnace to cook our fish. That's not actually how Minecraft works, but that's how it's supposed to look like. Don't tell anyone. You know what? We are at home, so I might as well use this opportunity and sleep. We always have visitors on our balcony, on our porch here. So let's get rid of. Oh, you have a power bow, don't you? Let's go inside here. There's also a lot of interior design still missing here. Oh, our to-do list. I forgot about that. On the subway is what we're working on right now. E-stock. I'm not sure if we can call it finished already, but we still have a lot of more buildings to build. As you can see, warehouse and E-stock kind of goes together, I think. I know that I wanted to build a warehouse where I was going to have all the chisel textures, but I'm not sure if I'm actually going to do that. That's my little bedroom. And of course, this bedroom is totally not secure to sleep in, because there are always skeletons on my balcony. I really should put up some more lamps here. Alright, let's take the trash out. That is you! So I can finally go to sleep. Come on, you and your shiny armor. I'll take your arrows, though. I mean, why not? Alright. Let's quickly sleep the night away, and then we can take a look at the west coast of our current park. There we go. Good morning. And there's a roof on top, of course. Nothing too fancy. You know what? I have this dirt block still here. I have a lot of these little details just lying around that look a little ugly. For example, also all these textures here for the testing. I'm gonna leave those there now, but eventually I want to clean up everything. But yeah, this is the Dinosaurs enclosure once again. We have our tree there. I still haven't built this little control room that I wanted to build down here. So many things that I just keep forgetting about that I wanted to do at one point or another. That's our modern looking bridge. I still love how it looks. The carpenter's blocks, that's just a perfect use for them in my opinion. It makes it look really, really modern. There's a lot of vines here too. I'm gonna leave those here because I might want to harvest them later. This is our Allosaurus enclosure, but I don't think you can see him from this side. We need to check it from the other side. This is supposed to be our west station for our subway once it's done. Do you remember hashtag find the compy? Because the compies are so small and so green that you have a really hard time finding them, but there's one. Oh! They look different now. They might have a new model. Look at that. I haven't checked them in a while since we last updated the mod, and they certainly look different. We should have like a purple one in there as well. I remember him being a lot in this corner there, but not today. Oh, he's right there. He doesn't look purple at all now. He looks kind of brownish, more likely. But that's cool. I didn't realize they changed the texture for that secret entrance. In case you want to go in there on the world download. Yeah, we have a waterfall again up here, and this is a beautiful area. We have our river going right through the extreme hills, right into the shore, and as you can see, we have a pathway down there. And we have an awesome viewing platform all the way up here. So you can look right over the Dinosaurs enclosure. You can see the visitor center in the distance. Our Allosaur is kind of hiding. My guess is that he's going to be around the corner there. So we might be able to see him down from the shoreline. So let's cross over our modern bridge. This park really has gotten quite big, hasn't it? That is insane. Little tree, little sitting area. And then we can go down these staircases all the way to the shoreline. Right here. And of course, I'm gonna build more enclosures out here in the future. But right now, my current construction site is more the east coast a little bit. But we have our pathway along here. We have a little decorative waterfalls. And this is the Allosaurus enclosure once again. So let's see if we can spot him. Please don't say he vanished on me again. I hope he didn't. That would be so unfortunate. It was a red one. Oh, he's right there. Look at him. Trying to hide from me. I can see you. He's right there. He can't swim, so he can't swim out of here. He's staying in his enclosure because of that. He's a beautiful animal. I love that he's red. Usually you're only supposed to get the red ones in the nether. But somehow the dinosaur textures have been glitched for me for a long time. And I get him in all the weird colors. But he seems fine. I might have to feed him again sooner or later. I don't have to put Dinopedia on me either. But yeah, that's the Allosaur. And thinking about it, I think that covers pretty much the whole park. The only thing we haven't checked out yet is the newer stuff that probably most of you already know, because we've been working on that in the last couple of episodes, namely the Eastock, Fabe's fried fish, the Mammoth enclosure. But I think that concludes it. So, let me head over to the Mammoth enclosure here. And on the way, we can take one more look at our Kaga enclosure. We only have one Kaga and some horses in here. And this is the Smelter enclosure once again. Of course, our Eastock, we all know that. But now, let's take a brief look at our Mammoth enclosure. Do you notice anything? Anything at all? If you keep your eyes peeled? So, first thing you should notice, where's Pearl? Where is Pearl? I just got used to it, and I really started to like Pearl, and now Pearl is gone. And I don't know how, I don't know why, I don't know when. It must have happened during the live stream at some point. I have no clue. But this today, when I logged into the world and I wanted to check out Pearl, she was gone. She was an albino mammoth. How rare it was. I don't even know how rare it was, but it was beautiful. She was beautiful and she's gone. So my task for you guys, for every single one of you, if you download the world map, you take the mammoth embryos from the culture vat and from the DNA freezer. There are pigs in this enclosure. You can get your mammoth into these pigs on the world download. And I want all of you guys to observe what happens to the mammoths. Because if we all look at it, and it's with so many eyes, with all of us, I think we can figure out the mystery of the vanishing mammoths, don't you think? So that is my task for you for the world download. Get your mammoths, put them in the pigs, let them get born in this enclosure, and then just play around, explore a bit, and let me know if the mammoths vanish for you just as well. Anyway, something else happened during the live stream. So while I was gathering some pumpkins to get the iron golem in the Fabe's fried fish, there was the skeleton here. And he killed me. Or she. I don't know. It's a she, I think. She killed me. And she took my sword, my sharpness 3 and breaking 3 sword. And she picked up a pumpkin, because I just collected the pumpkins for the iron golem. So she doesn't even burn up. So what we did actually is we had a straw poll on the stream. And you guys got to vote on the name for this skeleton. And guess what won? Your mom. So this, let me introduce you to your mom. This is your mom, and she's gonna live in here now. I don't think she could kill Pearl, that's impossible. But yeah, she won't despawn because she has a pumpkin on her head, and the pumpkin doesn't get destroyed by the sunlight. And she has my sword, so she's gonna stay in here until I might build an extra enclosure for her. I think I might do that in the future. But until then, your mom is gonna stay in this enclosure with possible future mammoths. Oh yeah, by the way, if you put your mammoth in there... Wait, where did she go? Wasn't she just here? Oh, on the other side. Okay, hiding back there. Alright. Be careful. She's gonna come and kill you, and she's fast. If she sees you, your mom is so fast, she's gonna get you. So you better run, or you kill her, I guess, in the world download if you wanna get the mammoth experiment going. I wouldn't be mad at you. And yeah, that's Fabe's Fried Fish, and that's pretty much where our tour will end with Jerry II, our new waiter in Fabe's Fried Fish, and our start of the pathway to the new lands, which are in this direction. But there's nothing over there yet, so not really any need to go there. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed today's world tour. It's been a nice journey to go back basically in time and look at all the things and how the park progressed over time. We've done a lot. We've done a lot in these 150 episodes. I want to thank every single one of you for coming back and checking out the new videos every time. I try to put the best that I have into this world. Like this crane, for example. I mean, I love this world. I will not start a new world anytime unless I'm really forced to do it. I don't think I'll ever start a new world. I just want to keep expanding this park here. I want to keep making it bigger. I want to have all the dinosaurs that are available in this park sooner or later. And it's gonna be so big, it's gonna be so awesome. And I'm really, really happy that I can share this with you. And you guys can download this world now and check it out for yourself. Alright, but that will conclude today's episode. Next episode, spoiler alert, we're gonna add a new mod. And this mod might help us out with our interior trouble. That's all I'm gonna say for today. But you guys probably guessed it already. Alright, have a good day. Share this episode with your friends if you want to show them what you are enjoying here. And I will see you all again on the other side in episode 151. But until then, have a nice day. And seriously, guys, don't be daft. Play some Minecraft.